Yes, good afternoon, friends and family and viewers. I say viewers in the event I put this up, alright? So, as you can see, I'm tired. Today is Saturday, another day that I was invited to church. Here, my wife invited me to church again, and had, I accepted the invitation, and I'm just now coming from church. Now, the the topic of the sermon, or the theme of the sermon today, was never give up. And knowing that it is a Christian environment and it is a place of worship, and it's a place where religious practices are adhered to. When they refer to never give up, you already know that you're speaking about your faith and you believe in God and Jesus and all of that. But I kind of have a different outlook on the whole sermon. But before I get to my outlook, what I want to state also is that the greetings that I get, the warm greetings and the long to see you, come back next Sabbath and all of these things, it make me realize one main thing. And it's not like that thing I was oblivious to that thing all this time, but it's just a more heightened realization. And this is the realization. The realization is that in as much as people have their beliefs, and in as much as people hold on strongly to some of their beliefs or to their beliefs, the icing on the cake, for want of a better word, is the fellowship. Getting to see people who, share commonalities with you. Getting to see people who you're accustomed to and you have been seen for a while. It gives hope and warmth and some amount of confidence to both parties, especially in an environment like this where faith reigns. So what I'm really getting at is the fact that people believe in God and people believe in many different types of God. But what I'm realizing is that the fellowship is important to the believer, because here it is, I have not been at church for a while. They see me, they welcome me, they smiles and some people can do things in a fake sense, but it felt genuine. It felt like they really long to see me and all of that, and it felt as though there's a gap when they don't see a fellow member or a fellow believer. There's a gap, there's something missing. That seat belongs to him or her, and that's the sentiment I'm getting. So what I'm getting at here is that people need to see people who believe in what they believe, because it encourages them. And even though I no longer believe in what they believe, I can understand why they feel the way they do, or why they want to see me. I can understand. And this is my interpretation of what I'm experiencing. I could be wrong, but this is a common thing I see throughout society, not just in the religious sphere, but also in the political sphere. In any social gathering, nobody wants to feel left out or alone for the most part. If you're not a person who have antisocial traits, then you want to feel a sense of belonging. And that's what took me out. That's what took me a long while to get over, the sense of belonging to something. And what I really want you to understand with all I'm saying is that the beliefs are important to every believer who sits in the congregation and believe. But you know what is also important to them? The other member that they come and sit beside of every Sabbath or every Sunday. The conversations, the laughters, the prayers together, the cries together, the stories, the testimonies that they share. These things are what help the practicing Christian to feel a sense of belonging. They are a part of a community, And in as much as I know that the beliefs that they share has flaws in it, I cannot deny the fact that their need for belonging is without them even realizing, is more important than the belief itself. So their need for belonging is more important than the belief itself. That is why when people like me leave the church and they see me again, why is like a breath of fresh air long to see me. And them shake off your hand and them hug you and them squeeze you and them all type of loving things. You understand? And it made me realize that people want this. So I'm kind of repeating myself again, but it's just that they have not sat down like I have done and scrutinized their beliefs, and they don't think they need to, because what is to them, I think what is going on in their mind, and I can't really be sure of this, I'm not a psychologist, but what is going on in them boy, when I go to church next Sabbath, I want to see sister so and so and brother so and so, along, because along to see them, or them expecting to see persons who them see the last Sabbath or the last Sunday or stuff like that, and it gives them a sense of hope. I'm not on this journey alone. So now to get to my takeaway from the theme, never give up. Never give up can mean for me, never give up on the journey of truth. Because as you know, I'm a truth seeker. And my journey has been put to a hold because I really want to make some money. I want to enjoy this life because this life is the only life I am sure of. Right? I will die one day, I know, and I will be forgotten one day. But for the time I have here on earth, I want to make my life better financially, and by doing so help those who I love and care about lives better also. And so never give up for me could mean never give up on what I'm doing, never give up on trying to make myself better in this life. Never give up for me could mean, never give up on the struggle, because the struggle is what is going to help you. For the Christian, it is simply never give up on your faith, never give up on your belief in God, never give up on your journey, never give up on the prayers that you have been praying, because that's what the sentiments of the sermon was all about. And so, without making this video too long, I am a bit encouraged, not by the sermon by itself, but by the interpretation of the theme of the sermon. Just the theme of the sermon is never give up, and the interpretation I take away from it is that I should never give up on whatever it is that I'm doing. For me, as it relates to the religious aspect of my life, which no longer really exists, never give up on truth seeking. Never give up on wanting to understand why we are in the state we are, why we have so many different churches, why we have so much different denominations, why people believe in what they believe and all of that. Sometimes we want to become a psychologist, but I was even thinking about it in the church a while ago, but I don't know if that will ever happen. Yeah, so that is my little bit for today. It was a short sermon, almost a sermonette, and again, that was a theme. When I left the church a while ago, smiles, people glad to see you hugging and all of that, and said, come with hope, looking forward to see you next Sabbath and all of that, and that's what's going to keep on happening. But for me, when I sat down there, I was I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but I would say a bit uneasy, because I cannot participate in something I no longer believe in. I can't do it. I can't play the hypocrite. I can't sing. If I sing a gospel song in my bedroom or in my house or wherever, it's just out of my own personal entertainment and frivolity. I not take it serious. But if I'm singing in the congregation with the congregants, I would have to be in one accord with them, and I'm no longer in one accord with them. So why I say I'm feeling uneasy when I'm being invited to church because I can't sing, I won't sing because I can't sing, because I no longer believe these things. I won't pray, I won't do the things, the ritualistic things that they do, because I no longer believe. And that is why I feel uneasy. Not because they are being unkind to me or anything like that, but because a lot is going through my mind. Okay, I've been down this road before, and I no longer believe these things. Sometimes, I just want the sermon to end. I just want to leave, because I do not want them to be looking at me. And the camera, somebody focus the camera on me on one point, and I hate when that happens, because I know I don't always want to be seen in the church. I don't want people to know that I'm there necessarily. I just want to come and go, right? But in any case, it is what it is. But yeah, but as always, as you know, as I say, let knowledge be your path to true freedom. Peace.